Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Nvidia report for Thursday, December 5th, 2024. Let's take a look at the charts. I'm going to jump to kind of the near-term outlook to just kind of go over what happened yesterday, and that is to say, I'm kind of combing through the charts right now. That is to say that we settled back above this channel top at 141.31. We opened above it. It actually held pretty well. It allowed you to either exit a short position you may have established, or reverse and gotten long, or gotten long altogether. And so 141.31 is still a meaningful support area. It represents really the rejection of a 3 to 5 week sell signal that we were anticipating a yield the low 120s, as you may recall. This was the image here. When we were holding below 141.31, we were expecting the 120.07 to 122.47 region. And now we are, as I was mentioning, the last week or two, that if we close back above that 141.31 level, we could anticipate once again the upper 160s to mid 170s. I think this is a realistic, 3 to 5 weeks. Looks like a stretch from here, but not out of the question as a possible objective. In fact, I'm going to go to the daily chart here, and it looks a little bit more realistic. I think 141.31 is represented here as a horizontal line. Once again, 141.31 is this channel bottom, climbing gradually every day. It is decent support now, buyable support, in anticipation of what you see here on the daily chart is kind of the lower 160s and climbing, 160.91 to 163.90, and those formations are on the weekly chart, at least one of them. The top one at 163.90 you find on the weekly chart at 169.23. So, we dial this in on a daily basis, but, we like to show the weekly chart because it offers that kind of bigger picture perspective. And I do see that, I don't think by the end of December, but by the end of January or sooner, I am expecting bullish continuation into what is now the low 160s, will be in the upper 160s over the next couple of weeks. During that time, these levels converge by late December. I think that's in the upper 170s. So you could be looking at it like an upper 170s target now, holding above the 141.31 level. 141.31, once again, this channel bottom. Working our way up today from there. I know I'm jumping around a lot here now, but we do have, and this is for the day traders, 146.01. We could top out at that simple channel top on an intraday basis and fall back to 141.31, where a low can be placed not only for the day, but through the rest of December. As I've expressed, the market in reach now of the 160s, 170s by the end of January or sooner. Pushing through or opening above 146.01 does signal 148.88 today. That is a level that can contain today's highs. That is the high settlement price that was put out in earlier November. And yes, if we close today above 148.88, 153.78 likely tomorrow. There is the possibility that things get underway today, that if we push through 148.88 today, 153.78 in reach by the closing bell. I do want to point out the fact, and we've been mentioning this now in the series, that the triple Q actually gapped above its a channel top, 518.31, that happened on Wednesday. This is a big deal because it also correlates with a 5-year channel top on the weekly chart that we're not showing because there's only so much room on the newsletter. But the triple Q, the NASDAQ 100, are on the precipice of a significant buy signal that can play out through all of next year. And we just need to see the market close kind of at present price levels. If we fall back, collapse back by Friday's close, we're off that mark. But for right now, this is the early stage, tentatively anticipating a long-term buy signal. And so that in mind, there's no surprise, obviously, Nvidia, which is a significant part of the NASDAQ 100, rejecting. It actually helped with that buy signal, obviously. So holding above 141.31, once again, expecting meaningful gains as we continue into January trade. This could be by the end of December, the 160s, but I want to say that the 170s, the upper 170s, probably going to spill into January activity as a realistic objective. If we're talking downside, just simply, yes, closing back below 141.31, does put the market back on its heels. I see no other way to see this than that. And so if we do close today back below 141.31, I see 129.13 in reach by the end of next week, perhaps, and the low 120s in reach over the next 3 to 5 weeks. Under that scenario, as I've been saying, I would also want to see the market close tomorrow, that is Friday, below the 137.15 low of the high. So the high, the all-time high that was put out a few weeks ago, the low of that high is 137.15, and we have yet to close any week below that level. That would be a meaningful confirmation of a sell signal that would occur if we settle today back below the 141.31 level. So stage one would be a settlement today below 141.31, a sell signal, actionable sell signal, and stage two would be a settlement tomorrow, that is the week itself, below 137.15. They would both add up to the lower 120s within 3 to 5 weeks or so. But we are not in that dynamic right now. Right now, we are bullish above 141.31 following the open and close that occurred on Wednesday above it, anticipating one more time the low 160s and climbing over the next 3 to 5 weeks, I think, is realistic. I think I've said it all. I've jumped all over the place. I like to start long-term, mid-term, near-term, but there was just too much to say about what happened yesterday in terms of that meaningful sell signal rejection itself. A valid sign of strength now above 141.31 as we expect the 160s, 170s as over the next 3 to 5 weeks or so. I also want to mention that on Wednesday we put out a stock pick, wickedstocks.com did, on Okta Incorporated. That is like a cloud-based security application for websites and such. That's on the precipice of a significant signal. We give all the conditions necessary for acting on that. I think on Thursday we're going to put out a stock pick on Roku. You can see them both for free and last week's for free by signing up for wickedstocks.com and taking advantage of our 5-day free trial. You're not charged until the 6th day, and so you can see a lot during that time, and you just might decide to stick around for a while if you do that. I'm going to leave it at that. I will be back, of course, tomorrow with Friday's NVIDIA report, and you have a fabulous evening.